Here are the 3 most common mistakes that beginners make when going to the gym. These are 3 mistakes that I've done myself, I've learnt, I've overcome them. But if you watch this video, you're going to understand these 3 mistakes and you're not going to make them. You save yourself a lot of time and a lot of gains. Number 1 is a very fundamental thing of exercise, and that is progressive overload. In the gym, if you are not progressively overloading your weights, you are not going to grow, or you might grow initially, but you will stop very quickly. And what progressive overload is, it's gradually increasing the amount of reps or the amount of weight that you do over time for certain exercises. For example, with bench press, you might start off 50 kilos. Next week, you might do 52.5 or 55, or you might do 50 kilos again. The first week you've done it for 8 reps. The next week you might do it for 10 reps or 9 reps or 11 reps or whatever. You should aim initially definitely for a 10, because for a 10% increase of your weight every week as a beginner, because that's when you grow the most, that's when your strength develops the most. But you need to be progressive overload. It's not an option, it's a fundamental of exercise, it's fundamental of going to the gym. It applies to everything, not just gym, but going to the gym is probably the biggest example. You want to be increasing your weights or your reps every single week. Understanding this early on is going to save you a lot of time. A lot of people seem to not really think about this when they're first starting. It's not something that you just naturally assume, but your growth is going to stop if you're not progressively overloading. Next point is under-fueling their workouts, and what I mean is just not eating enough. A lot of people just starve themselves now trying to lose weight. That's not how I approach things. I fuel my body correctly for my workouts. I feed myself with nutrient-dense whole foods, nutrient-rich foods like steak, eggs, butter, sweet potatoes, cheese. All foods like this are going to massively improve your health as a person, and it's going to regulate your hormones correctly and allow you to actually lose fat correctly, not starve yourself. And it's not going to affect your metabolism. That's where a lot of people go wrong, is that they don't eat enough, that their metabolism just slows down and it affects their metabolism. So when they do start eating, they just end up putting weight back on. So what I always recommend for people trying to lose weight is for people who want to tone up and get what tone up means is lose fat and build muscle. So if you want to lose fat and build muscle, you only want to be in a slight 200-300 calorie deficit, and you want to eat nutrient dense foods. You don't want to be just if you're eating in a deficit, you definitely do not want to be under fueling in terms of micronutrients. That's just you're gonna have no energy, you're gonna feel like shit and your body's not gonna recover correctly. So fuel your workouts correctly, stop starving yourself, just focus on eating clean. That's really the goal, and you are going to lose weight or put on mass if that's your goal, if you're a skinny guy. And the third mistake beginners make in the gym is not going to failure on all their sets. And this is a change that I made quite a while ago, but initially I never even knew this was a thing. But you really want to be going to failure or very close to failure on every single set. For example, for muscle growth, for hypertrophy, you want to aim for an 8 to 12 rep range. And I always used to do this. I thought, cool, 8 to 12 reps every set. But what wasn't specified is that you want to fail in between 8 and 12, not just get 8 or 12 with any weight. You need to be failing in that rep range. I think 8 is the best. Personally, it's what I do myself. 12's a bit too high. 10's not bad, but I don't really do 12 on any of my sets. It's normally always 8 or 10. But you want to take your muscles to complete failure on every single set, where you say you're aiming for 8 reps. You can't get more than 8 reps for that exercise. Say you're doing 3 sets of 8 reps. On that 8th rep, you want that to be the last rep you could physically do, and the last one you can't even get it up. Train to failure or train very close to failure so go to 8 reps, maybe you have 1 rep left in the tank, and then on your 3rd or 4th or whatever set it is, then you fail on the last rep. That works as well. But if you're not even getting close to failure, you aren't going to grow, and that's just the truth. Go to failure on every single set, progressively overload your weights and fuel your workouts, and you are going to see a lot more gains than you would without those 3 things. You need to apply them. They're not negotiables. They're not just things you can add. They're things you need to add if you actually want to see progress. They are fundamentals of health and fitness and lifting weights. Apply them. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found some value from it. Let me know what you want to see in the comments. If you need extra help with your fitness, I do have one-to-one coaching program. You can check that out in the description. Check it out if you want. Apart from that, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next one. Goodbye.